take you guys on a little morning walk. What I always do first thing in the morning after the bathroom, in prep, in off season, is like, hey, get some sunlight in, get some movement in, and it just sets the start of my day very, very greatly. So, yeah, this morning I woke up. I think it's now the first time in prep at like like a more unusual time, like at 5 a.m. And I went to bed at my usual time, usually like between 10 to 11 p.m. So I got I think 6 hours of sleep in. That is fine. And some days in prep it just happens where you just get somewhat less sleep in, and the main reason for that is, I do believe, within prep is like first and foremost, in my experience, you need less sleep in prep or when being very lean. And I do believe that is because you just sleep more efficiently, in the sense of your body is in a state where it's not the most comfortable with, so it want to make sure get what you usually get in maybe 7 hours. Let's get that deep and REM sleep in within 6 hours. So there's less light sleep and more of those let's say very important sleep stages what we get in just in a shorter time window, I feel like, in prep. And then again, another thing is within prep as well, stress hormones will be a little bit higher and so on. So it's usually not a warning sign if it happens here and then. I think that's just part of it. But if it happens very, very frequently, or to extremes of you can't only sleep 3 or 4 hours, that is usually a sign that you might push a little bit too hard, and therefore you are fight or flight, you're in a constant fight or flight mode, cortisol is up and so on, and that results in very low sleep quality. So it is always a kind of feedback mechanism. That's how I like to see sleep, even within the off season. So I know once my sleep quality gets really messed up, I know I'm not the best recovered. And the same thing applies in prep. Obviously we can't be perfect. Sleep will always be a little bit more compromised within prep, but you want to have most nights good nights. And if the bad nights become way too frequent, we know okay, let's have a look on our recovery in a sense. To mention with my morning walk is it ensures I get my steps in. So in prep I'm having the same amount of steps that I have in my, even a little more, 5 to 6k. So I just say someone, especially in Bangkok, I just hard to get a lot of steps in because it's very hot and I really don't like doing steps on the treadmill. And so I don't even track my steps. I don't wear a watch anymore. I just wear it for sleep. Even there, nowadays, I'm I just know it's 3 walks a day, in a sense, across the block to get my 5-6k steps in. And if I do something else than usual, I know basically, I just have a feeling okay, how many steps I got in, so I don't obsessively track those. So 5 to 6k a day it is. And that morning walk, I get 1,500 in already, boom. And I do a midday walk after some work or after the gym, and then I do an evening walk where I get my dinner at 7-Eleven each day. So really love that routine, every day, very, very similar, but this way ensures I tick all my boxes, always to go. And I do believe last prep that I did 10 to 11k, and that was an overkill for me. It really, I do believe it really hammered my recovery a little bit. I do think so. And that's often just the mental side of things. It can be such a big thing in prep where you feel oh fuck, I have to get 10k steps in, I have to go for another walk, and so on. And I feel also physically it got a toll on my body. So if you can get away with a low amount of steps, with no cardio, go for it. In prep, go for it. I do believe it has a big impact on muscle retention in a sense, or how less invasive the fat loss is. So yeah, a lot of people, they have to do 10k plus steps, they have to do the cardio to get the deficit in, right? So that is like, yeah, it's not a fair game. But if you are someone who's body fat or be in a deficit with like a very low amount of steps, I would totally do that, totally. Or if like your life allows it, in a sense, right? Like for some people, like job dependent and so on, you just no way around it. But if, hey, go for it. So here we go with Monster Energy. And one thing, when I wake up much more early than usual, is I also push my first meal at my usual eating time. It makes a lot of sense, right? So if I have my usual meal, let's say my breakfast at around 9 a.m. and now it's like, now it's 7:40, it would be like, hey, just much earlier than usual. And I feel like this is the only thing what I would change up. And when I have those days where I wake up a little earlier, I just start, hey, like some work a little earlier. So I still have to do my log update for Natural Bodybuilding Worldwide on the website. I have to do like, I believe, yeah, like 4 mesocycle like updates for clients, some onboarding, like a new client who joined the team, and yeah, added some wheels, all those kind of things. That's what I now like step by step do by now. And then yeah, like in about an hour I have my practice, and then like my posing practice. Also one change this prep is I do my posing practice after my breakfast, because yeah, like I want to be as well like kind of fueled up for that. So it also feels a little bit better, a little easier, and that is the plan. So yeah, like little fun fact with the Monsters in Thailand here, which I actually really like, they only have 50 milligrams of caffeine. So I have a little bit of a rule of like, okay, maximum like 3 of those on days where I really feel like I need it, but usually on my rest days, only on my rest days I have them. On my training days I take a pre-workout, but my rest days usually 2 of those, and that's like 100 milligrams, which is still less than the full can in Germany, which is 150 milligrams. So that is, yeah, like very good. And that is like one tip I can give with like those drinks or diet soda. Set yourself a limit. Like right now as well, I have maybe, hey, like 1 can of diet soda, maximum 2 a day, like with my dinner and so on. And this is something which can easily go out of hand, where if you don't have that limit, like in my first ever contest prep, I wasn't even drinking water anymore. Like I was legit drinking 3-4 liters of diet soda a day, which in hindsight, like, yeah, maybe messed a little bit with my digestion, but most of all make the whole journey much more harder than it needs to be, because, right, like we unconsciously want to get out of that like hunger state, low energy state by that, but it makes it just worse. And the same thing applies with like volume foods, with like vegetables, right? So I have like 250 grams of vegetables a day, 300 grams of food a day, and I kept it there because I know like once I go into that rabbit hole of like more food volume, more vegetables, more food focus and so on, I make the whole prep, everything just much worse. And that's like a threshold as well. Also with those diet sodas where like have some balance with it, but once you go above that balance, your body always wants more. It's almost like, yeah, it wants more and more and more. Same thing with like those volume foods. Like once you get into that rabbit hole, you're like, yeah, you started like, oh, now I have 500 grams of vegetables a day, and oh, now I'm at 1 kilo, and then yeah, again, that also messes with digestion and also like makes that whole prep journey, yeah, much harder. So set yourself some reasonable limits and go from there. Here we are having the first meal of the day. Now it's like it is 9:30 now, I believe, and yeah, that's my usually eating time. It's, hey, usually my pre-workout, or on my rest days today, yeah, just my regular meal. So I like to eat roughly around the same time. So yeah, what we are having here is 40 grams of oats with 160 milliliters of like non-fat milk. Then I put 60 grams of whey inside. Then that is all also my serving of food. So I get all my food in with my breakfast, all my vegetables with my dinner. I just prefer that. So here I have like 100 grams of mixed berries. 90 grams of banana, 100 grams of guava, and I always switch it up. The only what I switch up is the guava. Like the berry is always stable, very very micro dense. The banana is stable because I love mixing that with nut butter. Today I put on cashew butter, and also have some dark chocolate underneath, so it's melting there. So that's also I really love that. And yeah. So today guava, other days it can be orange, it can be papaya, it can be pineapple, it can be apple. I always switch one up and everything stays the same. Everything stays the same. So yeah, getting that breakfast down now. After this, getting back to more work. One thing to mention is I really enjoy having a big breakfast. Like that is around 800 calories, and it just gives me the energy for the day. It just gives me like that energy I need for the day. And especially before the gym as well, but even before work, like I get that energy in. After that I do the posing and so on, so I just prefer that. It's so good. And then during the day it's like more so lower calories. I forgot actually that we're having those protein shakes, but I also like to have like a little snack during the day. So I get those cereal bars at 7-Eleven, and I like those as well a lot. So like those, like 1 or 2 cereal bars with the shake. So again, that I make a little bit depending on how I feel in a sense. Sometimes it's 1 cereal bar, sometimes 2. Guys, work break, and this is boom, like very good in Thailand. Whenever you are here, it's called Move Clear Protein, 28 grams, only 120 calories, very refreshing. Not a monster. There we go. Alrighty, guys, next meal is going down, and I don't have cereal bars anymore at home. So, but I think my hunger gets a little bit higher now at this stage on my low day, on my rest days. So I think I will keep that as stable. It is just non-fat yogurt, 250-ish grams with 25 grams of whey inside, 100 grams apple. Alrighty guys, dinner is here. No 7-Eleven today. I ordered from my favorite spot, my usual rice, teriyaki chicken, and they have like very convenient. They have like a regular version and the big version. On my refeeds, I get the big version. On my low days, the regular version. Also, I was feeling like, hey, let's get some miso soup in today. And as well, having here my spinach and broccoli. And now, the big question, how do I track that? Super easy. So, when I order food, whatever it is, sushi, pizza, teriyaki chicken, I just put this stuff, like the rice, I put the chicken on the scale, even the miso soup, weigh that out. And for this actually, like AI, like ChatGPT, Cloud can be a great tool. You just take a photo of your meal. You don't have to, but can be a good way of like take the photo and then put in the exact gram. Okay, that's this how much grams of teriyaki chicken, this much gram of cooked rice. Give me the calories, and it's very 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 accurate with that. Like AI sucks with like, oh, how much I have to lose for stage weight. Fun thing, I just tried it out at the beginning of prep and it said, oh, you had 5% body fat, right? Like that tells you enough. But yeah, like stage weight stuff and so on, it's really sucks. But with like food estimation, even if you don't give it the grams, it's actually surprisingly like accurate. So can be I think for that it's definitely a great tool. So that's how I do it. And yeah, and even if it's like, hey, 20-30 calories plus minus off, doesn't matter. It really does make a huge difference. So, and that really helps me with like, yeah, like enjoying prep. Like I enjoy having sometimes sushi, pizza, and stuff like that 2-3 times a week. Boom, and I will keep that up to like stage condition actually. Also a little bit of like, okay, what calories I have left, or protein, macros, and boom, fitting all of that in. So I show you. Alright, so here we're having the chicken teriyaki with rice, vegetables, so good. Like the chicken alone, it's only like 92 grams, but it's quite fat heavy. Like I tracked that in with like 230 calories, but it tastes so good, so it's amazing. Then just the vegetables here, miso soup. I got this one in my fridge, so kind of like like a chicken bar. So I still have some proteins left from 7-Eleven, and then as a dessert, like those Chupa Chup candies, so good. And I love those packages. So it's like, I think 90 calories a package, and wrapping the day up with that. that's the full day of eating. Roughly 2,150-ish calories. So hey, the low day range 1,001 to 200, landing right there. And yeah, so one more low day tomorrow. Then we're having 2 high days at 2,007 to 800 calories. So just to give you an idea, don't copy my calories. Obviously, everyone has a different expenditure, but yeah, I want 5 low days and then 2 high days with the calories I just named. Protein 170 to 190. Carbs and fats I don't really track. I just make sure I don't exceed, like, let's say, usually I land at around 40 grams of fat on my low days, 30 to 40, and then on my high days, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Doesn't make a huge difference in my experience as long as calories and protein is met. So yeah, that is it is. So any questions, drop it in the comments and so on. And yeah, happy to do another one on a high day. Keep them coming to give you a few ideas. All right, see you in the next one.